Okay, welcome in. How we doing, everyone? Nice to see you all today. Yeah, we're back here in Cooper County, and we'll probably carry on a little bit where we left off. Hope everyone is having a good time. I hope as well that the stream doesn't do all sorts of stuff again this time. But I guess we'll see what happens. Kleepor, hello. Welcome in. Is the music not around? Or is it? No, it's just a really quiet song. Okay. Sounded like it wasn't there. Yeah, good to see you, Kleepor. How are you doing tonight? I hope you're having a good one. I think I've got my volume down a little too much as well. Yeah. Yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm still worried about the mic cutting out, but I guess we'll just have to play that by ear. I took a couple of things off the source or the scene, so that might help. But yeah, I guess we'll see what happens. I did notice over here we have laggy. Yeah, this area is always laggy. Seems to be a lot going on there. And yeah, what I was hoping to start with today was to do I put in this mod here, the cinematic camera mod extended, because I was hoping to do a couple of what do they call it? Yeah, cinematics. So yeah, mainly because we need. I wish these boats wouldn't do that. That's one issue. You're tired again, but we'll do your best to push through. No drifting. Well, I doubt that's going to happen. I doubt there'll be no drifting because that doesn't appear to be possible. But yeah, we'll see, I suppose. But yeah, just wanted to do a little bit of cinematics, mainly because I don't yet have a channel trailer. So yeah, see if we can get a couple of cool cinematics in this city. We'll see. That's it's not quite where I'd want it to be, but you know, it's getting there. But I don't know that we can hold off for that much longer. I might move these a little bit as well, because I don't think we need so many of them. It's really, they're just there to bring the electricity over. So yeah, we'll just do kind of a little bit of tidy up before we start those. That's rude, you put it on Jeff's list. Oh. Okay. It's catching up there a little bit. Yeah, no, I don't think it's all that rude. I tell you what is rude is going to sleep during someone's stream, though. That's pretty rude. Maybe that should be on Jeff's list as well. Or instead of. But yeah, we can delete these ones. And so I suppose the bad news for you, Kleepor, is I was just speaking to Tilly, and she's up for a little bit of Sims 4 tomorrow. So that's probably likely what we'll do tomorrow night. And we'll be doing a Saturday. We're here today and doing a Saturday stream because there won't be a Sunday stream. So yeah, that's why that's happening. But always guaranteed streams, or as best as I can guarantee them, on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Whether the Wednesday one's an evening one or a day one, that just depends. But yeah, always guaranteed streams on those days. And then the rest is kind of as and when. Yeah, it's not ideal that they do that. They are using this one, which is good, because I was worried last time I broke that. But it looks alright. There's just so many of them. That's not ideal. Wow, you just lurk? I mean, you can still interact with the community when it's Sims 4. I've also downloaded a few bridges, so that will be... maybe we should do that first, actually, should we? So it would be cool to have another bridge in here. I mean, obviously this won't be the last kind of cinematic type of situation that we do either, but yeah, what did I do here? I got Manhattan Bridge, and I think that... is that just the pillar? How does this work? Oh no, then Delaware Bridge and Detroit Bridge. I think this one you just do like one side and then reverse it the other side. Same with that one. Do these just seem like pillars? Do they, I don't know. I'll have to... I guess when I place them, we'll find out. Let's place this one and see. What we might do here, though, is to unlock a couple of tiles. Spend a bit more money, because, you know, apparently I don't spend enough money on these streams. Yeah, you could clip or just, you know, watch the stream with The Sims, and you might find that you start enjoying it. Yeah, so these are quite big bridges, but that's kind of what I wanted. I assume this is based off a wind turbine. Where's Tilly tonight? She wasn't feeling up to coming in tonight, so fair enough. I don't know if Blap's lurking or not. Doesn't look like it. I didn't notice him on Discord either. Actually, did I put the... I don't think I ended up sending the Discord notice. I typed it out. No, I didn't even type it out. Okay. Going well. Going well with the pre-stream thing. We're live with City Skylines. Drop on by. I also, after the disaster, yeah, well, I don't know that it was a disaster, but it certainly, and I don't think it was necessarily anyone's fault, but I do have the my specs now, PC specs in the About section, if anyone's interested in those. This is an older computer now, though, but yeah, they are in there if anyone is interested in that. And eventually I will do a command as well, so that we're, yeah, covered in all angles. Okay, so this is quite a cool bridge. Obviously I just pushed that together a little bit in this situation. Let's just check. What was the other one? So that was the Detroit Bridge, Delaware Bridge. They do seem to be mostly American bridges. Oh, that's the wrong way. Let's do that. I think there was one Japanese bridge. Actually, it's a shame there's not a few more people here, because we could even do a vote on this. Bridge. So the Manhattan Bridge was the other one. It's this one. I don't know which way. Okay, that was the right way. Yeah, was that it? Oh no, this one here, Infinity Bridge. Oh, this one looks a bit smaller and has to be placed roadside. That's not... I mean, I'm guessing I can move it, but... Oh, do you have to put the deck in afterwards? Okay, and that has to be placed roadside as well? Yeah, I don't think that's going to work. Alright, I mean, ooh, that Manhattan one has some cool stuff going on. Now, if I remember rightly, the Manhattan one, does that have rail underneath, or is it a double? Does it have one way on top and then one way underneath? I feel like it might have one way on top, one way underneath. Which I don't know that we'll need, but what that will enable us to do is have probably train and or metro underneath, which always looks cool, having it go underneath like that. And we can still do that here on these other bridges, just take a bit more finagling. But yeah, these two look very similar. So this is the Detroit Bridge, and I think it was Delaware. Yeah. Have you drifted Cleepor? Which one do you prefer? Do you want me to push them together so you can see how they actually kind of look? Oh, I didn't know that you had... that there were bridges on these. They're quite similar, yeah. The Manhattan one is obviously the one that's the most different. The Manhattan one, to be honest, might be too... I mean, I guess it's going to go... It's hard to find these because they're often based off something quite small. Yeah, look at that. That's what it's based off. I just check if this Manhattan one will even fit properly. The middle one, that's the Delaware, I think. You don't... yeah, see, the Manhattan one's going to struggle to even fit there anyway. So this one is the one that you prefer. Okay. Go with that then. And then, yeah, we'll just bring it in line with what we're aiming for here. Okay, so yeah, it needs to really line up with this road. I might need to draw this road out a little further. Which one do you prefer? I was leaning towards the Manhattan one, but then it didn't fit anyway. So between the other two, I didn't really have much of a preference. I'm just going to draw this out so that we've got a guiding road. I liked the stonework on the Manhattan Bridge. We've got Tree Anarchy on, of course. But yeah, it wasn't going to fit by the looks of it anyway. Okay, so we do have a little bit of space on this side here, which is good, because we might need to pull it out a little further, depending on how this one fits in with the terrain over there. Because really what we've got to do is line these bits up. That's the only problem doing these like workshop bridges, is that there is a little bit of fiddling with them. And that's too far. Probably want to... I mean, I think maybe that the... Yeah, I think that's lined up. It's just needs to be a little lower, then a little further back. It's like there. How are these? Oh, these pillars line up really well with the shipping path as well, which is accidental, but happy accidental.
Hello there.
Hello there, Clipor. Or was that Angus? Ah, see, I think it should be slightly higher. You redeemed, show me the nearest cat. Oh, headphones. Oh. It's a Peggy. It's a Peggy. Let me clear that that one. OMG? What's the OMG for? Pegpaw, yeah. I thought I'd done something wrong. Oh, I don't know that is lined up, you know. Yeah, it's not. Oh no, undo. Still got the whatchamacallit, Timberborn controls in my mind a little bit. I'm always doing something wrong. Yeah, sounds about right. Okay, I think that's... is that how they're actually lined up, or is there... I mean, it looks like there is, because that's... it should be lined up there, right? Even though these don't quite match. Oh. Or is it? Should it be more like that? I think if I hold Alt here, I get a little bit, doesn't move quite so fast. Oh, no, that's grid, isn't it? Is it control? Yeah, control. Which makes sense, because you want control. Yeah, oh, no, undo that. I think that's parallel. So, need to move this across. Oh. So finicky. Looks pretty good though, I think. And I guess once we get a road on there, it's not going to be as noticeable either. There used to be a Golden Gate draggable bridge, but I think it's broken. That was awesome, that one. But this is perfect span, I think, for what we need here. Hopefully it's high enough. Yeah, I think it will be. Yeah, I realise we don't have any cargo ships either in this city, which is a bit remiss. I guess over here is where I was planning to do a bit of cargo stuff. There's probably also scope for a bridge here. Going across this area, this road might come down and around. I think that's a little... yeah, it wouldn't sit well with me having a bridge here, but I think there would make sense. So that might be, because this area is quite flat, I think. Oops. Yeah, that's super flat, so there's certainly development opportunity over there. We've got to do our wildlife reserve / zoo at some point as well. And yeah, this space is probably going to be the next kind of major development. Okay, so we've got our bridge structure in. So now let's take this back. Because now we've got an angle up to that. And I might actually draw the road in on the bridge first. That's usually the easier way to do it. So what have we got here? What didn't they add a 4-lane? Is there a 4-lane road? Do we want to have bike path on it? Probably do. That's the asymmetric. I thought they added like an 8-lane 4-way either way road. Was it in here maybe? Must have been the highway. Well, usually these bridges are built for these types of roads. So we'll grab the bike lane one. Make sure it's elevated. And we'll bring this up to where we need it. That looks like it's sitting pretty well in that concrete, so that's pretty much where we want it, height-wise. And it's kind of, I mean, there's two ways you can do this. You can just drag it right across, or you can do it in segments. I think dragging it right across is usually the easier way, and then just using move it post game. Hydrate, thank you for the hydrate. I do actually have a tea here, which I will take a sip of, thank you. Alright, and I think this bridge does, yeah, it angles up, you can see it there. It's got a subtle curve to it. So each of these nodes just probably needs to be raised up. And in fact, I think that might be needing raising up as well. So I was a little bit lower than what I probably should have been. I feel like, oh, are we also not quite in the middle? No, we're not. It's hard to tell, but I think the road should, I might try that again. I think the road needs to be level with this part, so it kind of looks like the cables are attached to the road. That makes sense. Love to see the emotes. Does it does the animation on the screen or no? No, it's just red on the screen. That's lame. Does it depend when you send it? No, it's always just red. I'm not sure if the other animated emotes... Oh, it is changing colors? Oh, okay, it's not on OBS. It's changing colors in the chat, but not on the screen that I can see anyway. It might be on your screen. It's just all red on OBS on my screen. Okay, hopefully that was better. A bit more centered. Yeah, I think that was pretty good. Yeah, on the screen it's red, but yeah, in the chat it changes colors, which is cool. Yeah, so this is just peaking above here. That's what we want. So we just need to come here. Actually, I wonder, now that we have all of these awesome tools at our disposal, if I just raise this up to where I want it, in the middle here, and I'll probably just have to shuffle it back just slightly, and I'll put snapping on so that we're not losing our straight line. Then I should be able to use network multi-tool to slope it, right? So if we go here to there, do that, that should be theoretically the perfect, and it's not at all. I guess it's doing a flat slope, isn't it? Whereas we kind of need a curved slope. Okay, fair enough. It's alright, we'll do it manually. Yeah, I don't know if that's my bad emote making, that the animation isn't coming through, or whether none of the animated emotes actually animate when they're on the screen in the chat wall. Kimpad and Nullapore need the arthritis injection. Do you know a feline nurse? Yeah, I know a few actually. In fact, I thought you were one. Were you? That was my impression anyway. Not Terry or Jeff. Yeah, they're options as well for sure. Oh, that's the wrong key. I don't know if I was pressing numlock there. There we go. Perfect. Yeah, I think Terry or Jeff are probably better than anyone else. We'll get rid of these pillars in a sec as well. Cool. This is coming out well so far. I didn't actually check if this has lighting. I hope it does. I should have checked that before we did all of this. Ooh. Your favourite feline nurse, isn't that you? Oh, is this too high already? Kinda looks like it is. Yeah. And yeah, at the moment this bridge still doesn't have anywhere to go. Well, you didn't fail as such. You dropped out, maybe? Is that the best way to put it? Oh. Ooh. Lumpy. Is it lumpy though? I guess it is. This one here maybe just needs to come up just a tiny bit. Yeah. Failed to do any work. Well, yeah, I guess that's the thing. But yeah, I think as far as feline nurses go, you're probably the best option. Okay. Pillars. Before I forget. And then do cinematics with ugly pillars. I did see, and Cleepor, you'll be particularly interested in this, in the City Skylines 2 leaked photos that they have different types of bridges in vanilla, so that'll be interesting to see what they come out with there. Right, so the next question is there enough room to fit in metro underneath this? I think there probably is, although it's going to run into the bridge, the strut here. I wonder if we could squeeze it through that gap. This is cool though. What does it say about electricity? Yeah, it looks like it might have lights. Let's just try and plug it in. Ugh. of course. And then we'll go into nighttime and see what... Why is that so high? Oh, does it need to be here as well? It's temporary. Oh. Weird. It's not lighting up. Maybe it doesn't have lights. Oh, that's not ideal. No, not that one. Oh no. Oh no, they're the lights on the road. I should have checked that. That one doesn't have lights either, by the looks of it. Suppose we'd have to put our own lights. Wow, this building, this is such a nice model, this one. Look at the oh, too close. The details in it. Anyway, distracted. Yeah, I guess we'll put our own lights in. This is a good thing about Sydney Harbour Bridge asset. This isn't attached to electricity, that's why it doesn't have its light on. But yeah, this is fully lit in every sense of the word. This is a cool asset. But yeah, I guess in terms of the street lights, that's fine. We'll just have to put some lights on the pillars. Let's get rid of these. Light, oops. Oh, come on. Blue wall mounted. So probably want a couple of these chaps. Red pole or red warning light. Cannot build on water. Am I never going to be able to find this again if I plop it here? Cannot build on water. What if I put prop and tree anarchy on? Then you can build on the water. So I put it there, and it's gone forever. I think. Yeah. Now can I raise... No. I don't see it. Just like holding down page up here at the moment and nothing's happening. Now, if I knew how to use procedural objects, I'd probably be able to do this, but I don't know how that mod works, so okay. I'll what about these wall ones then? How do they work? That's making a lot of light. So if I put that there and then find move it again, is this gonna move up? No, just does a cool ominous glow down there. What if I set it to, oh no, not delete it. What if I set to object height? No. Yeah. Set to object height and then choose like a node here. Does absolutely nothing. Okay. Alright, we'll delete it. what are the other options here? Yeah, if I knew how to do this, I could probably do that, but I don't think I do know how to do that, so yeah, we'll have to come back to that. Alright, so probably doesn't matter so much about the cinematics after all of that, because let's see, what are these? Can I copy that? I think that's just what I had though, isn't it? Yeah, no, can't figure that out. I mean, I don't necessarily mind. No, I won't. I was going to say I quite like the glow there, but I think we'll leave that. This is cool at night though. Okay, well let's see if we can... I've never used the cinematic camera before, to be honest, so I don't know. I don't know what it's actually... I know the bait, like, I know what it's meant to do. So let's just bring it back to, I don't know, just like here. Or maybe even like that time. And then just do half the normal speed there. Oh, it still goes quite quickly, doesn't it? Just gonna pause it there. Still here, by the way, it was distracted by stuff. Oh, it's good to know that my stream is so good that you can't get distracted by anything. Okay, so then we go down here. We're going to set our first point. Maybe we should do our first point over where we started, and it should be during the day perhaps, although I have a feeling that I'm gonna have to time the cycle well, and I think what we also need to do, just so I can see what I'm doing, is turn off dynamic weather. You get distracted, yeah, but not by, like, not when I'm watching something that I'm interested in. That's, I guess, potentially the problem for you. Oh, the fog's still there. Ah, there we go. Just have to unpause for a sec. So, okay. So, for example, if we start here, yeah, I like that because it's got the Willis Tower here as well. And then I think we add a point there, and that's 0.0. And then yeah, what are the FOV? How's that? It's kind of, yeah, I can see what it's doing. Maybe there. Okay, and then we kind of want to go up and kind of back like that, I think. So I'll add another point here. You are interested? Okay. Well, I mean, some of us though, some of us have jobs. Your house has a lot of cat fur everywhere. Yeah. I'm getting a lot of encoding lag again, which is what caused that the problem in that other stream. I'm not bugging out at all, am I? Not lagging out even. What does this mean? Duration in seconds. Okay. Delay in seconds. Field of view. Okay. Oh, heating. Heating's an issue. Some of us have bad behavior. Yeah. Let me, while I see that there, turn that off for a start, and then just add in a heating thing here. Because if we're running this at night, it could cause problems. Okay. Now where were we? I think we were down here. Can you go to this point? Recapture this position. Is that what that does? Oh, am I just... Yeah, I think I messed that up. I think recapturing it means... Yeah, let me try. So, okay, we were down there, so that's 0.0. So now we'll come up to like... here, I guess. Maybe more angled that way though. Then we'll add that one. And then we'll come back and across over here to kind of there. And then I want to kind of fly down over here. We might stay at that point for a little longer, for 4 seconds. I don't know if this is going to work or not either. I'm just kind of winging it. So then we'll come in to... Oh, it's not letting me do anything. Tab? No. Okay. So like here. Here. It's hard to see because of this. Yeah, see again, I feel like the city's not built out really enough for doing cinematics, but we just need a channel trailer. That there, and then we'll come across kind of here. Should we just try and get... I'm hoping, like, the idea would be at this point it's kind of night time. Okay. Save and load. Save channel. Trailer 1. Okay. Unpause simulation. Okay, let's try it. Oh, that's way too fast. It's kind of what I want though. Shane, welcome in. It didn't show up who did that straight away in my activity feed. Thank you for the meow though, and thank you for popping in. How you doing? We're just doing a cinematic thing, mainly for my channel trailer at the moment. But we did, yeah, kind of. I just put in a bridge. This is probably too slow, isn't it? But yeah, I am worried that I don't have enough of the city kind of built out for a proper... Why does it have the street names in there? That's an interesting choice to have the street names in the cinematic thing. How are you, Shane? Yeah, I don't know if this is lag or it's just too slow. It could be a little bit of both. Can I not stop this now that it's... No, okay. Now we have to sit through this incredibly slow cinematic. I mean, the timing on the night, I think, is pretty good. So at this speed anyway. Is this now like an autosave or is it just lagging out? Hopefully I'm not lagging out. Are you doing okay? Also doing some city building as well. Nice. Can you not escape? You can't. No, apparently you can't stop it once it's started. I don't think it is lagging out because everything's moving pretty smoothly. It's just way too slow. You are working on... Ooh, that's not great. Anything in particular, Shane, or just building it up? Tearing it down. I think I like the path that we've got going on here. But yeah, this is just way too slow. And we might even actually be able to curl, like come back and around here. So yeah, I'll try that next time. But let's see if we can even add in a final thing where we come. I suppose we want to kind of force it to sweep around rather than just beeline. So we'll put another thing in there. And then maybe like one up here. Start of a new city at the moment. Nice. Is this going to be your last one before City Skylines 2? Or you haven't really thought that far ahead yet? Alright, let's try this. This speed is better, I think. Although maybe the 8th is going to be the sweet spot. Yeah, because this still feels a little bit too fast. I forgot to ask the other day, Shane, if you have seen this. Oh, there's ripping in the Opera House there, and down there. Seen the leaks for City Skylines 2. Yeah, I like that. So let's do an 8th. That's slightly slower. And then what we probably need to do is, because it didn't go dark that time, so we probably need to bring this back to maybe there. We'll go just a little bit later. Depends if you have any major issues with the city whilst building. So yeah, if something goes wrong, you'll it might be another city. You don't pay too much attention to things like that. Fair enough. It was just I think it was about 4 screenshots. So it wasn't really anything crazy anyway. This feels really slow too. I don't know if it's just that area. It kind of zooms out really quickly, but yeah, bit strange. I don't know how it's kind of feels like it comes out really quickly, but then slows down as it comes back and around here. But yeah, I need to turn the street names off as well. Are you looking forward to City Skylines 2 though, Shane? Even though you're not paying attention to leaks and stuff? Maybe an 8th is fine. I don't know what these numbers do though. Duration in seconds is that maybe what the problem is? So maybe if I make it 2 and make this 2 as well, it might be a bit more even. I wanted it to kind of hold in one point there. Camera movement easing. Okay, might just up that 1, see if that works. You are, yep. Looking forward to see what comes. Yeah, me too. Let's just save this. Okay, so I think that it went dark too quickly, so we'll drop that back and we'll go back to, I think it was around 3 o'clock we started it. So hopefully this will be just slightly quicker. Yeah, slower at the start, that's what I wanted. So it's zooming out a little slower. Oh, I need to turn these. See, if I can get this right, I'm just going to clip it straight off the stream. So I need to turn these street names off. I can't record and stream cities at the same time. It's too much for my little old PC. It's still not very flowing, is it? We might need to, if I go down to a quarter, but then kind of up the speed a little bit, that might make it a little bit better. Thank you for the hydrate, Shane. Oh, Cleepaw. What suburb would you like to name? It just seems a bit jerky. I did look then. Yeah, I did look, Shane. I was like, oh, I thought I muted Discord, so you got me there. Well done. Thank you for the 20 bits as well. Took me a second to realize what had happened. You want the zoo? Oh, okay. Do you want it named like Cleepaw Zoo, or do you have a different name in mind? So, yeah, what if we do, actually, I guess it's time in seconds, isn't it? So it shouldn't matter what that is. It should still be the kind of correct thing that we want. Let me just quickly pause this. 30 bits. Thank you, Shane. And that was no trick there. Straight up 30 bits. Right, so our zoo area is planned to go here. Let me just quickly save that, because I think if I... Yeah. At the moment it's called Cooper County Wildlife Reserve. You don't mind, but it's a sanctuary, not a zoo. Well, I have it as a wildlife reserve at the moment. Is that okay, or do you want it to be wildlife sanctuary? But yeah, thanks again, Shane, for those bits. I appreciate that. Oh, I missed a letter out. Sanctuary, okay. I'm trying to think of what if we do trying to think of a way to incorporate Kleepor into it somehow. Or at least paw. So like pause and oh, it's that capital P every time. I need to caps lock P. Pause. And hoofs. Wildlife sanctuary. What about that? Okay. So paws and claws, okay. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't think of that, right? It's an obvious one. Although I have a feeling that anything in the wildlife sanctuary, you probably don't want to see the claws of anything in there. Because yeah, some of them are gonna be pretty gnarly. I don't know why that's 80. Shouldn't that be also 90? I mean, shouldn't it be also 80? Alright, let's try this. Oh, I didn't turn the thing off yet. Options. Is it under graphics or yeah, or is it? Oh, maybe it's gameplay. Display road names. Now when I want to rename a road or something, I'm going to be like, oh, how come I can't see the road names? Okay, so we want to go to 1.5, and then about there is probably good. So let's go there. This feels smoother. It does lag when it gets to this point, I think. It's going kind of shaky. I quite like this song. It fits really well with the... I need to fix the Opera House as well. It's not gone dark either, which is annoying. It's getting there though. I'm getting happier and happier. I mustn't have made it late enough. So let's fix that up. And then let's just see what I can do with this opera house over here. Because, yeah, there's things going on there that shouldn't be going on. Is it just that bit there that's causing the problem? Seems to be the two corners. 100 bits, Clipor. Thank you. Thank you for the 100 bits. I appreciate all the bits and cheers. Was Shane getting a little too close to you on the leaderboard? Was he? Is that is that why you pulled that one out? There was a bit of tearing here too, wasn't there? Although I don't know that there's much I can do about that. I might be able to... I kind of like that cliff edge there. I guess I can just slightly push that out a little bit, see if that makes any difference. Not everything's a competition. Well, to most people it's not. Alright, I think the timing in terms of the light now is better. So I think it needs to be, yeah, around 3 to 4 o'clock. And in fact, I might even just bring it back to 3. And then go 1.5. And then quickly... Oh, too late, I think. Let's go to about there. And then play. Yeah, not everything's a competition, says the person that reminded me when you got another cat that you only had one less than me now. Yeah, I didn't realise there was a competition either until you said that. No, it still hasn't gone dark. It's starting to go dark. So I need to start it a little later, like 5 o'clock, I suppose. Yeah, I want it to be dark by the time it gets to this point. So what if we start 4:30? Or the other option, I suppose, is to bring it to 2 times and start at, say, 4. How's that look? Yeah, this might be the way. You're not competitive in the slightest. Oh, it's dark too quickly now. I would have to disagree with that pretty wholeheartedly. Yeah, that got dark way too quickly. Look, I didn't notice the tearing that time though, so at least that's fixed. I think the timing and the actual track of what's... Oh, sunset now. A sunrise even. Yeah, that's way too fast. Oh, that's because I put it on 3. I did not mean to do that. Okay. Maybe we try it on 2 then. I won't be doing this for much longer. We'll start building again. So we'll go to 4. Hopefully this will be it. I wish a metro had come past. That's all. It still might be a bit fast with the dark. I think I want the sunset to be like this shot, where it's got the whole city in it. I wish you could stop this as well. Once it's going, you can't stop it. And so Shane, are you doing anything in particular for this city, or is it just like a standard city? Is that on 2.5? Why was it on 2.5? Why does it always not do what I ask it to? 4 o'clock at normal speed. Let's try that. Got a metro coming there. Fat pad. He didn't come in. I think it was Lacey and Andrea. Oh, why did it go foggy over there? And now it's not quick enough with the sunset. Can't win. Although this might work. It's starting to... If we can get a really nice glow behind the city at this angle, that might work. Yeah. Yeah, I can do that. We can live with that. Standard city at the moment, but we'll probably try the hotels. Yeah, nice. I mean, you've probably seen me doing them. I'm finding this last bit quite a bit of a grind. Yeah, I like that. That will probably be the money shot. I'm gonna run it one more time, just in case I prefer the outcome of this one. Yeah, I find getting this level 5 has been quite a grind, so... But I suppose if I really wanted to push it, I could just spam a bunch of hotels. Like, if you really wanted to just level it up, you could spam a bunch of, like, for example, the conference hotel is the one that's performing the best. So if I just spammed a bunch of those, that would certainly get me up to the 40,000 pretty quickly. There is tearing at that opera house, but I'm going to pretend I didn't see that. Didn't get fully dark, did it? Don't know why. Start it like there. But yeah, I like the mechanic though, in the hotels and retreats. I think it's a fun thing trying to, like, you know, build up the empire of hotels, kind of thing. Hey Andrea. Did you buy any of the content creator pack, Shane, or just the DLC? Yeah, this is better, I think. Yeah, that's it. Alright, we're good. We got that. And we'll just go back to the day so I can actually see what we're doing. And I don't know if I probably should just save that again. Nice. Okay. Yeah, that's better, Andrea. That's good. Better spot there. What is are we lagging a little bit? I hope the stream's not lagging though. It's a bit glitchy. Oh. No, I don't think that's just you, Clearpaw. Is that any better? I have a feeling that we're having a bit of trouble. Has it got any better? Or is it still lagging? Kind of looks like it's stabilized at my end, but it's hard to tell. Chat seems delayed as well. Yeah. Sometimes the latency, when you get lag like that, it affects the latency. So you end up getting pushed behind the live feed because of the way it is. But I've got 10 frames per second at the moment, and that's not good. When I'm this far back, it should be like 30 plus frames a second. So what I might do is restart the game. And restarting the game should also help with the latency. Is that better now? Stream issues again. Might make a tea while you're doing that. Maybe try close the Twitch app and reopen it as well at the same time and see if that helps with your latency, because that will often help. Yeah, the chat is a long way behind from what I just saw there. Because even though when I check my channel it says the latency is only 1 second, it's still like a long way behind what I'm doing, so. Anyway, we're restarting, so we'll see how we go. Hopefully it doesn't do what it did last time and make everything run super slowly. I can remember when I first started playing this game and my PC wasn't all that good, and it used to take me like 15 minutes to load into my city at that point. So I'd have to literally go and start the load, go away, make a cup of tea, come back, drink half the tea, do a couple of other things, and then by that point it was almost loaded in. So much better now having like I think it ends up being around about 3-minute load in time. Obviously depending on how many assets I have. 544 at the moment is quite reserved. Usually I have like 1500. So I'm trying to keep the assets relatively low here in this city, so that I thought it was to kind of try and reduce the lag, but that doesn't seem to have helped much so far. So a little frustrating, but yeah, we'll see how this goes. One thing that we should all be happy about, that's the screenshots that were leaked of City Skylines 2 did have Chirper in them. So it appears that Chirper will be staying in the game. So that's always good. Gotta love a bit of Chirper action. We're a bit over 3 minutes now. Might be more like a 4-minute load, which is probably understandable. It's a pretty big city now. I feel like I still use too many assets and mods to really build a like massive city. Oh, we're still down at like, yeah, we're still not great with the frames per second here. Is it lagging again? I don't know if you're back yet, Cleepaw, but are you finding a bit of lag or? $16, $17, I mean that's a bit better than it was before, but it's still not really what it should be. Just run the simulation as well. So I used to be able to kind of go up there and get 25s and 30s. Now it seems to be kind of 25s, 30s, only at ground level where there isn't anything. Is it lagging or is it alright? Still seems like you're a bit behind. Bit of death going on here. I don't know why they're not keeping up. They should be able to. 605, wow. Yeah, it's a lot of dead people waiting for transport. Probably need another one of these chaps in here. Go there. It's better, you think? Okay. Well, we'll run with it. It's watchable. As long as it's not like freezing all the time, that's kind of the main thing. Once it starts freezing, then it's game over. Yeah, I think I mean a vanilla city would be something, but I do like having the unique buildings and stuff. I guess we'll all be forced to have unique vanilla cities when City Skylines 2 does come out, because there won't be any assets straight away. Alright, well, we'll do a bit of building. I mean, the stream last night, we didn't have any problems like this. So I don't know if me messing around with the cinematic camera caused problems. It could have. I'd imagine it would take a fair amount of kind of all sorts of stuff for the computer to be dealing with that. I might move this facility, I think, over here. And it's going to destroy that path, which is rather annoying. Should have put clipping off. I'll just put it back in though. Nice. Okay, and then yeah, I think I should be able to move this. Yeah. Oh no, I need to empty it first. That's right. But yeah, what tea did you get, Cleepor? Just regular tea? Is it good? Is it satisfying? Yeah, we'll just plop it there and then set it to normal. Now that way we can have our metro continue over if we so desire, which we probably will. I didn't want it to be that road. That one, nice. Okay, and then I want to put like a car park under there. I think the new car park would be too big. We do have a workshop one though that might work. I can never find these out here. Yeah, that's a bit big. They're kind of a bit small, so we might. Oh, let's just try that workshop one. Your standard, you would know what that was if you made me want to work. Wow. Wow. Okay, yeah, I think that's good because we can obviously have the metro go over the top of the car park, so we wouldn't really want a building or anything there. Now the question is, are we zoning? What are these? They're wall to wall, are they? Ooh, that didn't sound good. We definitely want to have a path here. Yeah, kind of there, I suppose. That way we're not destroying too much zoning. And then I wonder if I can extend this wall-to-wall district out. I can. Nice. Alright, so we'll put offices here on this main road, and then some commercial back there opposite the train station. I think that makes a lot of sense. And then residential, yeah, I need to figure out what we're going to do here. Oh, yeah, I completely got distracted with this bridge too, didn't I? We were meant to be building this bridge. Let's bring all of this back further. And I don't know that the metro is going to go up this way, so for now I will take that out. And then I wonder if I just draw a road from there to there and slope it. My tea tastes soapy, yeah, so I don't know why you keep banging on about me making you one when it's soapy and gross. Ugh, that's quite steep. And I have tree anarchy on. Cleepaw, thank you for the 100 bits. Appreciate that. That means that you're only 500 away from the 1000 bit badge, which gives you access to this emote. Alright, how steep is this, I wonder? Let's check. Is this gonna work? No, I don't think this will work. Oh, it does. 7.9. Oof. I don't know that there's much we can do about that, though. So it doesn't really make a lot of sense to, like theoretically, I suppose we could bring it out and around that way, and that would give us more of a kind of thing, but yeah, I feel like it might just have to be a pretty steep ramp. There's a bridge in Japan. See if I can find it. Yeah, here it is. And I think some of these images look make it seem a lot worse than it actually is. But hang on, how do I? I think sometimes you can get a certain angle on it, and yeah, it makes it look pretty crazy. Yeah, here it is on the screen now. Like, that is a little ridiculous, right? That looks like it's a bit more than 7.9. Is that a challenge? No, it's just saying. But yeah, it looks like fun to drive down. I don't know, I'd imagine that it's pretty restricted about who's actually allowed to drive up it and down it, though, based off that. Yeah, pretty crazy bridge. That's not what I wanted to do, turn that off. So yeah, I think with that in mind, this slope is actually quite gentle. So we'll go with it. Then here, this kind of needs to be a little bit of a intersection. I don't know, it's not really a highway over here per se. So maybe we just get away with a set of lights. And obviously we want one road going off that way and one curving around. This isn't going to be as steep though, because we're actually hitting terrain at a pretty, yeah, I mean it's actually going up. That's not ideal either, to be honest. That's super steep. I might do a bit of terrain manipulation here. Let's go, yeah, this is super like bumpy. Is that too much? I always feel bad doing terrain stuff. This can kind of come around here a bit more. Oh, that's even lower. Obviously we'll smooth this out. But yeah, just carve into this a little bit. Certainly get rid of the worst of that area. I say worst, I mean this is an amazing map, but I just don't like building on slopey bits. And then what I might do is just soften everything out a bit. Push that right down. Yeah, nice. And just tap along there, and then tap down here. And then it's just going to give us a better transition road-wise coming around that corner. Generally with hilly bits I just kind of turn them into nature reserves because I don't know how to build anything else on them. What I don't like is the idea of an intersection on a bridge. That seems very unnatural to me. So what we'll probably end up having to do here is we'll have the intersection will actually be over here and it will curve back and around over that way. I don't imagine many people are going to use it until we build up here anyway. And I don't even know where it's going to connect. I guess it'll connect to this road. That would make the most sense. Zane ate a chunk out of the carrot cake. Oh, lucky him. Okay. So this will go, we don't need that to be raised. Go to like here, I suppose. And then it's gonna have to be, yeah, right at this kind of angle. Where's the, yeah, give me that. Oh, that's not ideal, is it? Probably have to, I guess we can do that. That should be high enough. And then, yeah, we'll just curve it in with our road guidelines. Oh, renowned. We never seem to level that university up. It's just forever the same. And then I will just use move it and flatten all of that out, the road out. Not like that though. To there? No. Oh, that was, oh, okay. That raised that. Oh, I flattened. Yeah, okay. Let's flatten it to this then. Yeah, that's better. He spat out the walnuts. Some people might applaud that. I don't mind walnuts, but yeah. Clearly Zane doesn't like them. Alright, and then we'll curve this around here. Like so. And that will eventually go off. Probably into a bridge over here. Yeah, because that's probably the best bet. Okay. So I am interested. I'm going to connect this road because I would like to see if anyone uses it. I will up the speed on it because it's kind of acting like a highway at this point. So we'll definitely up the speed. Yeah, I'll be interested to see if anyone uses it. Let's just try and follow this contour here a little bit. Yeah, I mean this is subject to change. We might move it. I'm probably just going to go pretty much down the middle, but we might see reasons that we want to kind of move it in the future. I will avoid that rock if I can. Okay, and we'll bring it back through here, and then let's see if this is a tram road. Okay. Oh yeah, this is the monorail tram thing. I don't think the monorail needs to come any further out here. Oh, it doesn't like that, huh? Okay, let's just make it a tram road then. Good jobby that carrot cake is not bad for cats, huh, Cleepaw? Alright, so we do that, and then I wonder if I should just be cheeky here. And I mean, it's probably going to be temporary anyway, as I was saying. So what if we were to just maybe this one, bring this through like that, and then up and over this. Doesn't need to go that far up because that is starting to go down at that point. That's not going down though, so that's going to need to be raised slightly. I don't think anyone's going to use this. This seems way too out of the way. Yeah, he's very naughty. Yeah, he does remind me a lot of Fat Cakes. Let's upgrade this a little bit to the other one. And then we'll check our speeds. Might make that bridge segment. Like so. Alright. Oh wow, there is a car using it. Is it a post van? Interesting. Very interesting. Can we jump on board? A whole lot of nothing out here at the moment. There goes Fat Cakes. Yeah, this isn't as interesting as I thought it was going to be. Yeah, too many trees in it. But yeah, I'm surprised that anyone's... Oh, there's other cars. Oh, they're the ones that do the street though. So, oh wow, there are a lot of people using it. Wonder why. Cyclists and pedestrians using it. Cyclists makes sense because there's a bike path on it. But who's walking from here somewhere all the way over here? And not even just to that circle area, all the way to here. That's crazy. That would take so long. Well, they walk a lot in this game. That's for sure. Alright, well obviously eventually we'll be filling this space out. So, in fact, this area is probably going to be quite good for one of those quite large hotels in the DLC. Because it's going to have, yeah, incredible views of the city in both directions. Oh, that big tower's on fire. Oh, that whole park's on fire. Oof. Okay. Nice. Alright. Lots of warnings over here. I assume we've run out of ore entirely. Still working though. It's weird. I'd have thought if it says operating normally. What are you guys complaining about? Not enough raw material. Alright. You're doing a lot of importing of that ore now. Now let's see if we can build this area out more then. Now that we've got our bridge in place. Oh, Shane, thank you for the subscription. I appreciate that. I appreciate that a lot. And I hope you enjoy the emotes. They're, yeah, they're good fun. Yeah, I really appreciate the sub. Decided that you're enjoying the streams enough to subscribe. Well, thank you so much. I'm really glad that you're enjoying them. And yeah, it's good to have you hanging out when you can. So yeah, thanks again. That's a hill there again. Hills are my nemesis at this point. Oh, we got the fat cakes combo there. three fat cake combo. Okay, let's extend this road out here. Actually, where did I say I thought the bridge might go there? So I might curve that out a bit. You will, good, yeah. I mean, they're not the best emotes on Twitch, but they're my emotes, so there we go. Yeah, I feel like if there was going to be a bridge here, it would probably go from about there. The fat cakes combo is the best combo, you reckon? I don't know that he's featured very much in the Show Me Your Nearest Cat either, has he? Because he's always in the kitchen. I'm trying to avoid flattening things out as much as possible. But I feel like this lump here might have to be flattened out. Oh yeah, we got the animated ones. Try and get another combo there going on. If Kleepor puts some of those in there. Yeah, it's kind of carved into that, hasn't it? Can I fix that a bit? Not really. That's pretty much how it is. Alright, and then what we'll probably do is we'll have a bit of a coastal road to the kitchen, and you ruined the combo with the hard emotes. That's probably because that was a protest, was it? Is it fat cake combo or nothing? Alright, so we'll just wiggle this road kind of around, and I don't really want it to be 3 meters down. You got to go now anyway to sort other stuff out. Bye all and enjoy the rest of the stream. Well, yeah, again, thanks for popping in, Shane. It's always good to see you, and thank you so much for the sub. I do really appreciate that, and we'll hope to see you again soon. It'll likely be Sims 4 tomorrow, so I don't know if you're a Sims 4 fan, but if you are, that's probably what we'll be doing. But of course, as you know, we'll be back here in Cooper County pretty soon after that. So yeah, thanks for dropping in, and Fat Cakes is featuring again there, which is fun, and we'll see you around. Enjoy the rest of your day. Champion Shane. Alright, let's have this come out here. And yeah, just plug that in right there, I reckon. Now we've opened up this area here, which is quite good. I think really residential, I think, is what we need, because everything, we can't seem to get any office demand and all of that. So yeah, getting a bit of residential in here I think will work well. If you're available, you'll have a watch. Nice. Yeah, we're doing a legacy challenge, so we're a fair way along. I think we're on to generation 6 in the legacy. Generally you go to 10, but yeah, it's one of those quite time consuming challenges. But yeah, again, thanks for popping in, and thanks for the sub, and have a good one. Yeah, just kind of escape the grid here a little bit with some of these, I think. Not entirely, but just enough that it's kind of something a little bit different. And we're still trying to kind of maximize our zoning to some degree, but not maybe quite as dense as what we'd seen before. Dense is apparently the word of the day, Kleepor. According to some people. Is that going to come a cut through? It probably will. So let's not attach that. And I think we'll have... it kind of should attach there though, shouldn't it? We might do... yeah, we'll do that, and then down here we'll curve this out and back onto that main road, so that we do have other connections, but we're not causing these roads to be shortcuts. Dense is a great word, yeah. And we have a couple of like entrances in and out of here, which is good. We don't want to leave them with only one way in or out, because that causes problems. And we'll even add one more there. Okay, nice. I see that we're at -2 with all of this, which is really great. Thanks, game. Oh, jump. Oh, I didn't look at the terrain up here either, did I? I'm tempted to flatten this out. Very, very tempted. Yeah, -2. Okay, that's probably a little bit better, is it? Not really. Oh. Yeah, just soften everything a little bit, at least. I'm going to try and not develop too much around here, because I don't really know what's going to happen there. I do feel like a bridge would work well there, although it is quite close to that, but it's obviously servicing a different area, so I'll try and leave that relatively free. So this is still going to be pretty high density, because we're still really in the city here, and we'll probably want to get a couple of unique buildings here even, I think. And in fact, what I wanted to do was get the Empire State Building in here. Oh, this one actually. This is a weird one. It looks tiny, but it's actually going to be quite massive. So maybe this one would work well, because we do have the big. I think that's the Bank of China one, isn't it? I haven't clicked the right thing. Yeah, this is actually very tall. Yeah, it's a cool building though, huh? I can't even remember where it's from now, what it is. It doesn't tell me. Is that a good spot for it? Yeah. It needs a fair amount of landscaping around the base of it though, doesn't it? Maybe even on this, man, 20,000 to just relocate it. Nuts. Yeah, okay, we'll go with that there. And no drift. Not yet, anyway. Not yet. Yeah, I think something like this might work well here too. And again, we might use this larger block. I was going to put that one over there, but it didn't quite fit. Oh, what's this got on it? On the back of it there. Oh, cool. Like a little plaza. Yeah, I'm going to have to smooth this area out. I can't. Oh, it's kind of weird that it does that during the day as well. But yeah, that should be fine. I don't know that it's... maybe it is, I don't know. But I feel like it wouldn't be totally unreasonable that they would kind of flatten this. It's right in the downtown. Any developer who came in here and saw that land would be like, yeah. I guess what would happen in reality actually is that they would build, or they would design buildings that worked with the terrain. But unfortunately in cities we can't do that, so we end up having to either compromise in some way like I am here, or some people come up with clever ways to make things work better. I'm not very clever, so I don't come up with those things. I just flatten things. It's nearly the end. I told you I'd do it. Yeah, we are getting close to the end. I feel like we haven't done much today, but... Alright, let's grab all of these. And yeah, all of them. Let's go to there. It doesn't have to be perfect, because yeah, a meter or two isn't going to make a huge difference. But yeah, I think we'll run a road kind of around the back of this. We might need to just shuffle it over a little bit. Oh, is that lined up? I don't know. Yeah, we'll just push that into... I can't really see where I'm putting it. That's where it already is. That's one across. Let's go there, yeah. What is it? Southeast Financial Center. Doesn't say where it is from, but yeah, it's a cool looking building with this little... Actually no, I do want it. This is why I spend so much money. I'm like 30,000 each time I move that. I should have just used moved at that time. Move it, I mean. Alright, we'll go back there, and then we'll push that out there so that that's fully enclosed. I might even get the 1U and just bring that along here, but we won't connect it. Yeah. And then we'll Control H that to there. Still not quite where we want it. Oh, is it? Yeah, it's close enough. Alright, looking good. Are you drifting now? Is that why you brought it up though, Cleepor? Because that would, that's probably a thing. That's probably a thing. Alright, so we've got another little kind of area here that we're pushing in to. And I think we'll, yeah, like I said, mostly be kind of residential through there. Get our water here. No. Oh, that was no good. Getting these water pipes under these roads is difficult when they're curvy like this. Okay, I don't know what we're doing with the metro down here. It's actually a good point, isn't it? It probably should go down that main... Oh, hello. That main road. So we don't have any stops super close here. Maybe if it kind of comes down here and then... I don't think it should go right on the beach though. That kind of seems like something that would be quite controversial. It's like blocking all of the views on everyone's beachfront properties with this loud, annoying metro. Okay, that'll probably do us. So how noisy is it here? Do these buildings... Yeah, they kind of make it noisy. Looks like we got commercial there, which makes sense because it's the train station. But we will put, certainly all the way along here, we'll have residential, probably here as well, and this is just going to be regular old zoned residential. Put some paths here. Not sure what to do. This should definitely be like a plaza type space. I might run a couple of paths kind of this way, and that will kind of be the where the plaza ends. Yeah, this is a weird building. It doesn't really have an entrance, which is kind of odd. How do people get in there? There's like literally no way to get in. How strange. What if if I lower it, I think it's gonna lower the whole thing, like the ground and everything, isn't it? Yeah. I guess we just have to use our imaginations on that one. So I'll run a few paths in so it looks like they're going in. I might do it all the way through actually. Then it might look like people are kind of coming and going from the building. Look like I kind of got it in the right spot for where they actually spawn in and out as well, which was good. And then we might do the same over here. Yeah, and then we'll do a bit of detailing there at some point. I might even, I mean, this is meant to be financial center. Should I recode this? Although that's, yeah, we don't have any office stuff at the moment anyway. Maybe not. We'll keep doing a bit of residential here though. Wonder how this building looks at night. Looks pretty crazy during the day. When you zoom out though, it stops. Let's have a look. Nighttime. Oh wow, look at that one. That's pretty cool. That's on brand for this channel as well. Yeah, pretty nice. Could even be worth a screenshot. Too empty. It's annoying me that things are so empty. On brand, like it matches the pour and all of that stuff. How else can we get that? Putting together a marketing pack, yeah. I don't think on brand is a particularly like crazy thing to say though, is it? Yeah, there's really not enough else going on to get good screenshots in this city yet. Man, these guys are struggling with garbage, are they? Oh, can the... Surely the truck comes through here. I wonder if I need to extend the pedestrian area out. Well, what about this? Is this going to be a goodish shot? Maybe I should have waited to do the cinematics after I had that built in. Because these are cool looking buildings. Alright, we'll keep putting a little bit more residential here though. We'll go back to day because it is hard to see. And I guess we can probably get a couple of hotels through here as well because we do need them. And I don't feel quite as forced here because it's in the heart of the... I might Rico this, I think, after all that. Because, yeah. Settings filter, mod, author, local, any. Still got to figure that out. Okay, so we want it... Okay, we want it to be office, generic, level 3. Next thing you'll be doing a deep dive. I really don't think that on brand is that like markety. I mean, it is marketing, but it's not like a... Yeah, I don't think it's like that crazy. Okay, 320. I don't really know if that's correct or not, but let's go with it. And that's gonna push our residential, push our residential even higher. Our residential demand, that is. So we'll keep zoning. Zone, just do a little bit of commercial there. So I think that building's quite noisy anyway. And what is the hotel? What a conference center in this area might work quite well. We might even be able to get like a unique building through here somewhere too. Hotels here. Do you have someone managing your SM? Well, I thought you were going to do that. Oh man, these hotels are expensive. No wonder I'm spending so much money. 250,000, 187,000, 212. I mean, this is going to go well here, though. I think. Yeah. So what was sightseeing, wilderness, and shopping? Oh, I mean, this could be perfect in this little bay here, couldn't it? Shopping we can work with. Nature is abundant, sightseeing is there. So I'm like complaining about how much they are, and then I'm like immediately buying them. So you go there, and then I think, so what did this need again? Heaps of business and a little bit of shopping. So that's an office there. So we could even have it like across the street from it. And we can put a bit of commercial in and around, or maybe here. I feel like facing it like that's a bit weird. Maybe like here, because then it's not blocking much. Although you'd feel like it would face that way, don't you? Let me just adjust this road a little bit then. Yeah, I mean the only social media I actually have is the Twitter that I literally set up today. I feel like I don't feel like I need anyone doing that, and ever will need anyone doing it. But I know what you're saying. You're having a go at me because you think it's too much. But yeah, I honestly don't think on brand is that much of a thing. I used Anarchy to put that in. That's why that's gone weird. 112,000 still isn't enough to push that university up. Okay, let's put it here, and we'll push it. I might have to move it to straighten it out a bit. It's a bit like Euclid, needs a bit of straightening out. That's pretty good. And then, yeah, let's grab this, and then I'll turn Anarchy off and replace it. About there, I suppose. Nice. Okay, these are going to be bleeding money at the moment, so I need to get them hooked up pretty quick smart. Me having a go? You jest. I guess this can just hook up with that, right? Yeah. I'm aware as well that the ferries can't go through here, so there's ferry stuff is pretty limited. We'll be able to get ferries through there, I think. Yeah, should be able to. But ferries, if they're doing anything, they're coming out and around this way. You do not require such a thing. I assume you mean as straightening out, because yeah, we're still a bit behind each other, I think, or rather, you're a bit behind me. Bring our water through here, and probably just up this road too, because we know that we're going to need it. Yeah, and we'll keep pushing out and across there. Maybe we don't need metro pushing into here. I feel like I've failed a little bit with the metro in this city. It's kind of... Yeah, I wanted it to be... I guess this island isn't all that big. It's probably smaller than what I would have hoped for it to be. Oh wow, that could fulfill the office. Completely. Is it jobs maybe? Is that what it's looking at? 70 says 184 jobs there. Maybe that's what it's looking at. But then that doesn't make sense for nature and sightseeing. There are no jobs in that. In this game anyway. Obviously in real life there are. Okay, let's put that through there, so we get some shops here, and then we might just bring this road directly down here as well. Yeah, those numbers just seem to be kind of an arbitrary thing. So yeah, if we do shops here, that should hopefully fulfill that. I'm tempted actually to put a little district here and have leisure stuff here. Even maybe, I know that's going to be super noisy though, isn't it? Right next to the residential. I suppose if we put offices back here, that can block some of the noise. Leisure here. Yeah, just want like some little bars, stuff like that, right on the water there. I think that would work really well. Let's, we'll populate this area as well. More people. Still no power to that building, which is frustrating, so it's probably bleeding me money. It's already making a profit even without the shopping there, so that's pretty good. This is losing lots and lots of money. Oh, it has nothing? Oh, is that because it's not enough electricity, hopefully? When is the zoo built? Yeah, I don't know. I was kind of hoping to get a bit more residential going, because I really need this to... Well, I don't need it to, but I really want it to. We could even do that next time we're in the city. I think I'm going to have to make this part of the pedestrian area. So it doesn't seem to be getting garbage picked up. But yeah, we could work on that next stream if you're keen for that. I know you've been waiting for that for a little while. Oh. Yeah, I was curious about how it was going to work having a regular road connected to a pedestrian area, and maybe this isn't working. Because what are these guys doing? Are they just driving up and down this road? Click on. There we go. Oh, that's weird. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if that's gonna work. The only other way is to kind of sneak a road in somewhere, but I don't really want to do that. It's this bit here that's the issue. And I don't know now that they've got that thing on them, whether that will ever... Maybe if I reset it. How do you reset them again? Reset. Yeah. Let's try that and we'll see if this problem occurs again. And if not, then we good. And if so, we'll have to figure something else out. But yeah, I mean, I could put a tunnel in here and have it kind of go out and around or something, but I'd rather not. Even this looks clunky. I don't really like that. But there's kind of no other way around that. Maybe if I make it a tree road. Still looks super clunky there, doesn't it? I wonder if node controller will help in this situation. Not really. Maybe. No. Just testing all of these out. Oh, that's weird. I think that's probably the best bet, although that doesn't really make sense, does it? So what was the other one? Middle? Yeah, that's probably the best option, although I can see into the earth there. Is no controller going to be able to help with that at all? No. And because they're attached, I don't think... No. I guess we just put it back how it was. I can't remember what that was now. Why won't it go back? Oh, now it's much worse. I just bring this in, maybe? Yeah, I guess so. No, that still looks terrible. But yeah, I don't think there's much else we can do. I think having the trees there helps a little bit. But yeah. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Oh, I still need to detail this area. Figure out what... Oh, you know what I didn't do? Up the speed on this road. And as I thought, literally no one's using it. Why would you? But yeah, let's... So that's 60. What's the highway? Default's 100. I mean, honestly, this could be 120. I think I can hear a cat snoring. I think Andrea's snoring. Yeah, and then I'll make this... we'll slow it down a little bit as we're coming here. Like 80... and then 60, but then I think, yeah, this can all be 80, except as you approach the junction should probably be a little slower. Same thing here. It might make people use it, but probably not, because it's a fair way out of the way. There are bikes using it though, which is a bit of fun. It's mostly service vehicles and bikes. Oh, there's a car. Where are you going? Going over here? Okay. I guess people who live over here, it might make sense if they were visiting the city. Oh, I didn't fix that up as well. I don't think there are any trains coming down here anyway, because we've had to turn that off. But I'll just lower it a little bit. That way if we do turn it back on, I won't have forgotten about it. Yeah. Okay. Well, I think we're probably gonna finish up. I assume you've drifted, Cleepaw, after all of that. I saw, yes, you. How's the traffic doing, actually? 75. Pretty good for this city. 76. Even better. You have not? Okay. I believe you. Thousands wouldn't. So I guess we're slowly getting there. Slowly being the word. Yeah. But I think we'll ye of little faith. No, I said I would believe you. Yeah. I said I would. Thousands wouldn't, I said. We raided Scotty yesterday, so probably not him. Seeing who else is on. I don't know. There's not that many of us here either, by the looks of it. I haven't raided this guy before. He looks like he's got quite a cool city. Why don't we go and raid this guy, Ezzy Ex Machina? He's only got one viewer anyway, according to the thing. So it's not like we're going to annoy him by just bringing 2 people in. Sub-raid and non-sub-raid. Alright, well, thank you all for watching. Cleepor, thanks for all the bits and cheers. Shane, if you're watching the VOD, thank you for all the rest of it on the VOD. Thank you for all your bits and cheers as well. Thank you so much for the tier 1 sub. I appreciate that. And I will see you all hopefully tomorrow for a bit of Sims 4 action. Oops. I need to figure out why it keeps doing that. It's really annoying. But yeah, let's find this guy, and we'll see what they're up to. And go from there. Where's my thing here? What was it again? I've lost it. Easy Ex Machina. There he is. Okay, yeah, I don't know. I haven't, like I said, I haven't raided this guy before, so no idea. But yeah, he's building a modded city as well. So yeah, thanks again all, and we will. I'll see you next time. Have a great one.